No hype, no college, just a skinny kid out of high school. Then, boom, he's dropping 40 like it's nothing. TMAC didn't ask for respect, he took it. And for a few years, he was the scariest dude in the league. This is the legend of Tracy McGrady and the legacy of what could have been.
Kevin Brown lost it. Here comes McGrady. No timeouts remaining. McGrady for the win. Yeah!
Tracy McGrady wasn't supposed to be a problem. Picked 9th in 97, straight out of high school. No March Madness run, no college headlines, just raw talent. And that's exactly how Toronto treated him. Raw, unrefined, benched. He spent his first 2 seasons playing behind his cousin, Vince Carter, and pretty much watching from the sideline. The flashes were there, but flashes don't feed the machine. And TMAC, he wanted to be the guy. So in 2000, he left Vince, left Toronto, signed with Orlando, his own team, his own city, his own story. And that's when it started. In his first season with the Magic, 26.8 points, 7.5 rebounds, 4.6 assists. He won Most Improved Player, but let's be real, he didn't just improve, he arrived. Effortless jumper, insane wingspan, defense that looked like he was stretching time. He had the league on edge. You weren't just playing TMAC, you were trying to survive him. And by the time 2001 hit, you knew this dude wasn't a star. He was something else, something scarier. From 2001 to 2004, there wasn't a more purely talented player in the league than Tracy McGrady. None. You had guys who were stronger, guys who were flashier, but no one, and I mean no one, made the game look this easy. You'd blink and he'd already have 20. You'd double team him and he'd shoot over it. Triple, still a bucket. This was the era where TMAC was putting up 32.1 points per game, leading the league in scoring like it was cardio. Back-to-back scoring titles, multiple 40 bombs, and then that 62-point demolition in 2004? Yeah, that wasn't a hot streak, that was a warning. This dude had a 7-foot wingspan, a handle like a guard, a mid-range game that was criminal, and bounce that made the rim look scared. And don't take it from me, Kobe said it himself. TMAC was the hardest player I ever had to guard. Not LeBron, not AI, not Wade, TMAC. Because for those few seasons, Tracy McGrady wasn't just playing basketball, he was bending it. This is where the story turns. Because no matter how good you are, no matter how god-tier your talent is, some things you just can't shake. And for TMAC, it started with the playoffs. 2003, McGrady's at the peak of his powers. He's up 3-1 on the Pistons in round 1, averaging 31 a game. Orlando's never won a series without Shaq, and it looked like Tracy was about to change that. Then Detroit turned up. McGrady went cold. The Magic collapsed, and the Pistons came all the way back. After the Game 7 loss, McGrady stood in front of the mic and said, "It's on me." That became a theme. Every season, he'd ball out, put up 30 on anyone, make the All-Star team, and then back spasms, knee pain, load management before it was even cool. 2005 Rockets vs. Mavs Game 7 blowout. 2006, done. 2007, another exit. By 2008, he was missing 30-plus games a year. You could see it in his face. The guy who once floated above the game was now fighting gravity. He was 28, and the clock was already running out. Every great player has that one game, that one that gets played on loop, the one that becomes legend. For Tracy McGrady, it happened on December 9th, 2004, in front of 16,000 stunned Spurs fans. Rockets versus Spurs, down 8 points, 35 seconds left. The game was over. The building was emptying. The broadcasters were saying goodbye. And then, boom, 3, then another and another. 13 points in 35 seconds. He stripped Devin Brown, pulled up over Duncan, bang, and just like that, the Rockets won. It wasn't just a miracle, it was a reminder that even when his body was breaking down, even when the playoffs didn't love him back, there was still magic in that number 1. For 35 seconds, Tracy McGrady reminded the world exactly who he was and what we lost. The worst part about watching greatness fade, it never leaves all at once. It goes slow, quiet, like a star burning out, one injury at a time. After 2005, Tracy McGrady was still hooping, but it wasn't the same. One year it was the back, then the knees, then microfracture surgery. The dunks became layups, the 40s turned into 14s. And the man who once carried a franchise was fighting just to stay on the court. By 2010, Houston moved on, and TMAC, he bounced from the Knicks to the Pistons to the Hawks. Role player, veteran presence, occasional highlight, nothing more. He played his final NBA minutes in a Spurs jersey in 2013 in the finals, but not as the star, not even as the sixth man. He watched from the bench as Miami and San Antonio went to war, as Ray Allen's three ripped the title away, as another chapter ended without him. Some players are legends, some are champions, and some, they're what-ifs. Stories that echo louder because they were never finished. Tracy McGrady is the greatest what-if the league has ever seen. At his peak, he was unstoppable. Ask the defenders who tried. Ask the coaches who game planned. Ask Kobe, who literally said McGrady was the hardest player to guard in the league.
The guy that always gave me the most problems actually was Tracy McGrady.
Tracy McGrady?
Yeah. Tracy McGrady with his, he had all the skills and all the athleticism, but he was 6'9", and he was really, really tough to figure out.
But the rings never came, the playoff runs never lasted, and the injuries, they never stopped. Still, here's the thing. You ask real hoopers, the guys who played with him, the ones who had to guard him, and they'll tell you, Tracy McGrady had it all. Not just talent, GOAT-level ability. He just never got the full story. And that's the part that stings the most, because the league didn't pass him by. His body betrayed him before he could finish the race. But maybe that's why he's unforgettable, not because of what he achieved, but because of what we know he could have done. You don't have to win rings to be legendary. You don't need a finals MVP to be feared. And Tracy McGrady, he didn't need a full story to leave a lasting one. He was a 7-time All-Star, 2-time scoring champ, Hall of Famer, but none of those lines on a resume tell you what it was like to see him rise up for a pull-up three with 2 defenders in his face and still hit it. To see him glide past a team's best perimeter stopper like he wasn't even there. To watch a man at 6 foot 8 inches move like a 6 foot 2 guard and float like he had wings. Tracy McGrady never got his ring. He never got the run his talent deserved. But what he gave us was a glimpse of the player who could have sat on the same mountain as Kobe, Bron, and Mike. The game didn't forget him, and neither did we, because Tracy McGrady wasn't just almost great, he was great. And in another world, he might have been the GOAT. If you enjoyed this story, hit the like button, drop a comment with your favorite TMAC moment, and don't forget to subscribe, because we're bringing you more of the legends, the forgotten killers, and the coldest stories in NBA history.